Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Aquarian Mind podcast. Today's podcast, episode number 276. I'm your host, Jamel Crothers. It's Book Insight Friday. So guess what? We're delving into something good today. Why authors write. And that means W-R-I-T-E, by the way. Yeah, a little joke real quick. Anyway. So today's podcast, I want to delve into why authors write and what our journey consists of. I feel there's a lack of information on what we as authors go through to get our writing out to the world and the dedication it takes to complete a book and publish it. It's this, innate fire and drive to do something that feels good in our hearts and souls. And authors start writing and creating mostly at a young age, or sometimes we're middle-aged. We don't realize our potential until, let's say high school or way after college, and we've learned who we really are. And for those, who don't go to college, those authors know that they have a gift and they want to explore it. Now, writers and authors deal with a lot of criticism. And it's because there are so many rules put in place regarding, writing. Punctuation, formatting, sentences, structure, and also dealing with so many opinions from others. We only want to write to impact others, not necessarily be perfect. I've read a lot of books, bestsellers, and they have grammatical errors sometimes. Sometimes, things are missed. It happens. We're imperfectly perfect human beings. There's an understanding that people won't get our message or the way we write our books, and that's okay. We are all sensitive in our own way, and it's hard to get negative feedback, especially when we feel it's some of our best work. But we know that constructive criticism allows us to be better in our next project and allows us to develop and hone our craft. And we write to be unique in our own way, do what we love, and enjoy our journey of creativity. And when we publish our content, there's a sense of fulfillment, but there's also a lot of nerves that kick in. What matters is how we feel about our work. But we also want readers and listeners to enjoy what we've created. And we're constantly told we can't make a career out of it. It's short-lived and that we should do other things. A lot of us will go down our own path and do what we love and not worry about the naysayers. And we also have to always remember that support really matters, and it's hard for us to do the work that we write. And our journey takes a lot out of us. So, what I will say is thank you for reading the books that we publish. Thank you for listening to the podcasts and the content that we do put out on social media, all of those things, because that makes a huge difference. And we're thankful for all of the shares and all that stuff. Music artists go through it too, the ones that aren't as well known, and they're trying to build their platform and build their brands. It's the same thing that happens with authors. There's this long, arduous journey to get to where we want to be. We learn a lot of things along the way. A lot of things I've learned on the fly, and none of it is fun to learn. Sometimes it's that loss of money and an investment or whatever you thought was going to work and it didn't work. For us, writing is about satisfying our gift, satisfying our souls, and giving people something to take their minds off of things. And for me, I write about social issues, so it's a lot harder for me because a lot of people want to read fantasy fiction books or self-help or buy biographical stuff. And I write hard-hitting stuff, things that are very uncomfortable to talk about, or it's not being talked about enough, or it's being talked about, but there's no resolution to certain things. So my journey is a lot different than other authors, and that's okay. But we all are going through the same thing, trying to get noticed, trying to garner some book sales, trying to become bestsellers. I mean, a lot of authors want to become bestsellers. It's not something that I worry about, not something that I concern myself with. I don't care about having a New York Times bestseller. I don't care about putting that on my book cover, because a bestseller, some people will buy it and not enjoy it. So sometimes it's not always believing the hype. We as authors go through the writer's block. I mean, I don't deal with that too much because I write outlines, but a lot of authors go through that. We go through lapses and spells, time where we just are not productive, where we're not writing at all. And that's why I have developed a way of saying I'm only going to write during the summer months, because that's when I am the most productive. That's when I really can buckle down and hone in on what I'm good at, which is being mentally focused during the summer months. And where I live, it's ridiculously hot. So I really have no purpose and reason to be outside all the time during the summer months. So that's a little bit of a help. Another aspect of it is like I've always said, there aren't TV shows to distract me during the summer. So that helps. And right now, as I'm recording this, I'm thinking about the strikes that are going on, in Hollywood and all that stuff. And everyone has their thoughts and feelings on it. And there's a very good chance that TV shows won't be coming back until next year. But anyway, neither here nor there. And the one thing I want to say is authors go through a lot just to get that final draft finished, to get that book cover made, to write the synopsis, to write a biography that is appealing to readers, to get a reader to think, well, I want to know about this author a little bit more, so let's buy this book and see, right? And everyone's journey takes them down different roads. None of us as authors go down the same road. We all go in different directions. It's like pretty much being in Los Angeles and trying to figure out what freeway to get on to get you to where you need to be. So the whole point of it is we write because we love it. And I have met authors who have this checklist of writing a book and calling it a day. And there are a lot of those. And then there are those who write 2 or 3 and then they're done. And the only reason why is because there's way more that goes into this journey than just writing the book and publishing it. It's marketing yourself. And that is the work that a lot of people don't want to do. People probably have 10 books in mind, but if they're not getting the results that they want within like the first 2 to 3, they're not going to write the next 7 to 8 because they are not getting the clout and they're not getting the attention that they want, because everybody wants things instantaneously and it doesn't always work that way. And if you guys know, I give you guys the inside scoop on what's going on my mind and how I write my books and why I do it. And yeah, it is to get to a point where I do walk away from corporate America and I do get to focus on this and create more content and be more innovative and be more interactive with you guys. But it all takes time. And the problem is a lot of authors just don't have the patience to grind through it and to make those small investments and to do certain things that's going to get them to where they need to be. And some authors, they say, you know what, it's time to call it quits. And they go back to that comfort. and mediocrity. And for me, I'll never be comfortable. I'll be happy with certain things that I accomplish, but I'm never comfortable. I will never take these talents and gifts blessed by God as something that is guaranteed for me to have. There's no guaranteed results in this business. And I need you guys to know that we as authors, we are going to continue to push the envelope and try to change this industry, because there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that you guys don't know about. And maybe one day I'll do a podcast on it. Anyway, that's my podcast for today, guys. Just wanted to give you guys some insight on why authors write, why we do the things we do. And there may be another podcast down the road on why authors write. I'm not too sure, but if I'm able to really think of some new things other than what I've said today, I will definitely do the pod. So have a good weekend, everyone. TheAquariumMindPodcast.com is the website. And if you guys are on certain platforms and you're following me, great. Stay there. Do that. But just to let you guys know, all of my stuff is more categorized on my website. You guys can find certain podcasts that you want to listen to. All right. I'm heading off. Got plenty of things to take care of and do. Be good, everyone, and go accomplish your goals.